So I've gotten questions like, what is a dependent visa? Who can come under the dependent visa? Are my parents allowed to come under the dependent visa? How many hours can my dependents work if they make it to the United Kingdom? And so much more. But not to worry, if this question has been on your lips or you're wondering who to bring with you as a dependent to the United Kingdom, I'm going to be answering all of your questions today. So if this interests you, watch this video to the very end so you can understand how the system works. Hello again, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaka, but you can call me Miss Maki. On this channel, I share immigration tips to the United Kingdom. I also share information for international students so they don't have to pay consultation fee and any other information you might find useful as a new immigrant into the country. So if you're first time seeing my channel, do what? Click on the subscribe button so you can be a part of a very local community. And if you're a returning subscriber, you already know I appreciate you. Thanks for the love. I see the growth of our community. Thanks, guys. I really do not take it for granted. So without wasting much time as usual, let's delve right into it. What is a dependent visa? A dependent visa is a visa that allows your partner and your children to come into the country with you on the same type of visa that you have. So your spouse can come with you and your children can come with you on that visa. Unfortunately, if you're a student and your course is less than 9 months, your partner cannot come with you on that type of visa. Also, your parents are not your dependents. They are solely for your spouses and your children. So your parents are not qualified as your dependent. So they can't come on that type of visa to the United Kingdom. So now we have clarified who a dependent is. Now the next question is, what document will you use to prove that this is your dependent and this is your child? Now for your spouses, you need the marriage certificate. Usually the civil marriage certificate. That is what we call like the court wedding. So you need a certificate to prove that you guys are legally married. And for your children, obviously you need your birth certificate that has both your name and your spouse's name, showing that you guys are the parents of the child. So these are the documents required of you. The next question is, does your dependent need to write the Ielts, either as a skilled worker or as a student? The answer is simple. No, only the main applicant writes the Ielts, either as a student or sometimes some school don't write Ielts, or the skilled worker. Now I'm a dependent. I didn't have to write Ielts before I came my husband. My husband got a job. When he was making an application for his visa, he filled my name as his dependent and the children. So when he went for biometrics, we went with him, submitted, and our visas came out at the same time. I didn't have to do anything. So it's as easy as that. Now the next is when it comes to proof of fund. Although I'm going to leave the link for this in the description box. For a skilled worker, you're supposed to have £1,270 for 28 consecutive days. And if you're a student, if you're based in London, it's £1,334, and outside London is £1,023. But then your spouse and 8 children have their own fee differently, which I'm going to leave on the screen for you to see. And also the link is going to be in the description box so that you can check it out at your own time. The next question is, how easy or difficult is it for you to get a dependent visa? Like I told you earlier, it's very easy. It's the main applicant that does all the job. Like for me, I didn't have to do anything. You know, he filled the form online, then I also had to fill my own and fill my daughter's own online. And when we went for biometric, we just went together. And it's always good for you to go together, because if you're making your application differently, sometimes might raise eyebrows and require them to ask you more questions or need proof of documents, and so it's better you make your application together. Now, how many hours can a dependent work in the UK? The answer is very simple. You work full time. The only restriction is for the main applicants, based on the person who is sponsoring his visa. It says categorically the terms and conditions of your visa, but your dependent has nothing. You can work in anywhere aside from being a sports person and not having access to public funds for both applicants. Beside that, you can work full-time and in any chosen occupation of your choice as long as you are qualified. Now, sometimes you can be asked questions upon arrival at the UK border by the immigration officers. They want to prove that you people are really a couple, because sometimes people forge certificates and you might think they are not background checked. So avoid anything that is shady or illegal. I always say that. Always come with clean hands. So if it's your spouse, you might be asked questions, and it's always good to have your documents handy, because I was asked upon arrival, I can't remember the question, but I was asked the question. I was not with my spouse, I was alone, and I was asked the question and I answered. It was very easy and they let me go. So You can be asked questions by the immigration officer at the UK border. Sometimes people ask, what are the benefits of a dependent visa? If you ask me, I will tell you that it helps to earn more money for the family. Now, if the man and his wife are coming together and both parties are working, that's more money to be able to sort out bills, pay tuition fee, or whatever it is. And also, like my friends who are coming to the United Kingdom and asking, oh, who's best to be the dependent? I think it's best you weigh your profile, who has more experience than the other. Now, I have a friend, like her husband studied biochemistry, and he has worked in big organization, and he has so many certifications. So in this case, we both decided that he should come in as a dependent because his chances of landing a better job is higher than herself. So he's going to be the dependent, while she also faces her studies and do any kind of job that she feels that she can carry for the meantime. And also, if you have kids who are below the age of 16, they can go to school free of charge, free of charge, except you want to go to private school, which obviously is expensive. I think it's about, some people say they pay as much as £20,000 in a year. I don't know how true that is, but then if you're going to the public schools, which are of high standard, I mean high standard, then it's free for your kids as long as they are below 16 years of age. It's also imperative that you note that as a dependent, you also need proof of fund, and also for every other child you're bringing. I'm going to be explaining this. So this is on gov.uk. Trying to bring your partner or your children under the dependent visa. Like I said earlier, you must be doing a course that lasts for more than 9 months, or a new government sponsored student on a course that lasts longer than 6 months, or a doctorate extension scheme student. Also, I already explained how you can prove your relationship by birth certificate or a civil partnership certificate. Now let's talk about funds they need to support themselves. Your partner and child must have a certain amount of money available to them. That is, in addition to the money you must have to support yourself, which I said for you, if you're within London, is £1,334 by 9 months, and outside of London is £1,023 by 9 months. Now, for your partner, they need £845 a month for up to 9 months for courses in London, and if they're outside of London, it's £680 a month by 9 months. So we know how much that's going to cost, and that's going to be their proof of fund, which is going to be in your account for 28 consecutive days. Yes, if you're applying at the same time as your partner or child, you're applying together as a family. You need to prove you have both money to pay for your course and to support yourself, and additional money for each of them. If your partner or child is applying at a different time to you, you're applying separately. They only need to prove they have money to support themselves. So the choice is yours. 28 consecutive days, this money has to be in your account before you proceed to making your application. So guys, it's really that simple. Yes, it's that simple. So I wish you the best of luck. And when you do all of that, you have to collect your biometric resident permits within 10 days of when they said they will arrive in the UK. So usually it's always going to be in the nearest post office close to where you are going to be living. So getting a dependent visa is very easy. And like I said earlier, you can take a full-time job and work to support your partner. So this is the information for proof of fund for both your dependent and each child you're bringing to the United Kingdom. But the good thing is that when you come to the United Kingdom, when you get your visa, your NI number is going to be posted to the nearest post office close to you. So you pick it upon arrival to the United Kingdom, which takes between 1 to 10 days. So the dependent should get ready to take up a full-time job, and hopefully if you check job sites right from your home country, you can start making applications for jobs, and who knows, you might land a job just at the peak of time. So dependent visa is one easy visa that anybody can get. And the beautiful thing is that if your dependent is coming, because you have a right to work for that period, you can also look for jobs that have tier 2 visa sponsorship. And who knows, you might just be so lucky and you guys can move from maybe a student visa to a tier 2 skilled worker visa. So guys, this dependent visa is what's giving it a shot. So if you're thinking of coming in also as a student, you can come with your family and enjoy this benefit. I wish you guys the very best of luck, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button, share my link, someone out there might be interested, and let's keep growing our community. And as always, thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, please do well to pop it in the comment section and I'll do my very best to reply your message. Thanks for watching, and see you in my next video.